You are a disgrace and a quack, and I hope your skin falls off like wet rags and you die wretchedly while your stupid doctor friends tell you there's nothing wrong.
When a patient has unrealistic expectations about what the ER can do for them, it's a setup for angry reactions. Let's talk about mental macros, little speeches you can use to help avoid misunderstandings. I call these the 3 jobs, the fire department, permission to leave, and the tornado.
So what brings you here today?
Well, I have this prickling feeling on my scalp for years. I've seen 5 neurologists and they never find anything. Last month I had 2 MRIs, a CAT scan, a temporal artery biopsy, transcranial Dopplers, an echo, and I still have the exact same prickling feeling. Sometimes I think I feel it more when I'm at my gastroenterologist's office, but I do have 3, so I can't always be sure.
We kind of dread patients with long-standing complaints that have already had an extensive workup, because another emergency department workup is unlikely to yield new information.
Anyway, today I felt some nausea, which I have at least twice a week, but I read this article about nausea and scalp problems. I'm wondering if I have worms.
However, the patient is worried and they want answers from us today. If we don't explain our job ahead of time, the patient may end up feeling dismissed.
What do you mean you didn't find anything? Are you just going to send me away with no answers? Do you think I'm faking this? I came here for help because I'm afraid, but you're just like every other doctor, full of nothing but dismissal.
Now nobody's happy. How can we reframe patient expectations up front so they're satisfied with us? Try using the 3 jobs description.
I have 3 main jobs in the emergency room. The first one is to find out if this is something uncomfortable or something dangerous and uncomfortable. Those are different things. My second job is to make you feel better. Not perfect, but better. My third job is to avoid hurting you by exposing you to medicines or tests that won't help, especially if they carry risks. I may not get all the answers you want today, but that's the right way to do this.
If you outline these objectives up front before the workup, the patient can usually see that you did what you promised.
I'm a little disappointed that we didn't find the reason for my symptoms, but like you said, it's good to know there's no dangerous problem. Thank you for the scalp cream.
On the other hand, sometimes a patient is still unhappy with a negative workup.
So when you say you can't find anything wrong, are you saying it's all in my head? I swear I'm not imagining this.
Every patient wants to be taken seriously, even those who might have a somatoform disorder. The fire department example helps many patients shed that feeling of dismissal.
Let me explain things this way. Imagine you're in your house and you smell smoke. The smart thing to do is call the fire department. The firefighters might say, "Hey, there's a fire in your basement. We've got to act now." Or they might say, "Hey, we smell the smoke too, but it's not coming from your house. Maybe someone is burning leaves down the block or something like that. You can look into that. But now that we know you're safe, we have to go back to the fire station."
Patients get this example. It doesn't ridicule them for being worried, and it underscores that our job is to look for truly dangerous conditions.
Thanks for believing me, doctor. I feel safe going home. I'll talk with my primary care team of homeopathic crystal experts and astrologers this week.
Now that Dad's finally been admitted, we want to stay with him until he gets a bed. How long will that be?
Oh, I put the bed request in, so I'm sure they're working on it.
Don't do this. Vague positivity is dangerous. Families will think it means bed placement is imminent when that's rarely the case.
What the hell is taking so long? You told us they were working on it 3 hours ago. How would you like me to punch your teeth out through the back of your head?
Instead, actively give the family permission to go by giving them a worst-case scenario with specific recommendations.
How long will that be?
On a day like this, I've never seen a patient get a bed faster than 4 hours. Sometimes it takes even longer. You're welcome to stay if you want, but if I were you, I would pick a time to go home even if he hasn't gone upstairs yet. Getting rest so you can be strong for him tomorrow is one of the best ways you can help.
This way you're off the hook if it takes longer than 4 hours to get a bed, and if it takes less, you look like a hero.
I can't believe Dad is going up to a room after only 3 hours. Doc, you must have pulled strings for us. You are the best. We're leaving and won't bother you anymore.
Your father has a serious leg infection. We'll need your consent to take him to the operating room immediately.
Could it be from those shoes I bought for him 2 months ago? I think I have the receipt in my purse. Let me get my sister on the phone to see what brand of shoes they were. I can also look up the last time he had his toenails trimmed. I bet that's what caused this.
Sometimes frightened family members try to get a sense of control by pursuing information that can't help the immediate danger. You can use the example of a tornado as a good way to get them to focus on the priority.
If a tornado is heading at your house, that's the wrong time to investigate what caused the tornado. You have to find shelter immediately so you can survive. You can ask those questions later, after you're safe. Right now, we have to act quickly to save your dad's leg. That's what's most important.
Okay, where's that consent for surgery? I can look into those other questions I have later. I'm going outside to drink and smoke now.
Explaining things well makes patients and family more likely to be agreeable and cooperative, and less likely to destroy you if they know Mesopotamian sorcery techniques.
Yornak nam kinoma, artumavolo, somida, somida, somida.
Now, if that happens, you'll have to involve higher occult powers to reconstitute your body and create an effective counterspell.
Argoe te novanos malos chromaficis tuis, vade et vole vexare amplios.
That's a lot of work. Why put yourself through that if you don't have to?